Hi everyone, welcome to the part 2 of our discussion on Lesson 2 Introduction to HTML. In this video, my discussion is focused on discussing what are HTML tags and how to apply these tags in creating an HTML document. The key in designing a web page depends on the HTML tags that you apply, how your web page looks like, and how it appears to the users is based mainly on how you utilized, experiment, and explore the tags to its maximum. Being familiar and integrating its potential would affect greatly on your output, since these HTML tags tell the web browser how to organize and present text, your images, and other elements in your web page content. The HTML tags actually separates the normal text from the HTML codes by enclosing these tags inside angle brackets. The browser recognized how it will display the content of your web page based on these characters that are surrounded with angle brackets, which we called as tags. I will use the Notepad++ editor to illustrate the concepts for easy understanding. Actually, when you are designing a web page, this HTML editor becomes your working area. So all the content of your web page, together with all the HTML tags, it will be all written here in the Notepad++. And then, if you want to see the result or the output of your web page, then you have to view it in the browser. So later, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do that also. But for now, okay, let's focus first on learning what is HTML tags. Okay, suppose I have here the word hello there, which will be considered as the content of my page. Now I wanted to apply underline on the word hello. So I have to know the tag for underline. As what we've learned a while ago, the tag must be enclosed in an angle bracket. So the tag for underline is U. Okay. The next thing to put in mind, when working with HTML tags, is to apply the concept of opening and closing tag. So most of the tags have opening and closing tags. So what is opening tag? So opening tag tells the browser where to start or begin applying the tag in the content of your page, while closing tag simply means where to stop or end applying the tag in your content. So in this example, I wanted only to underline hello. So I have to put the opening tag before hello and put the closing tag after hello. So in this example, so I have to put this, opening tag before H, and I have to put the closing tag after hello. So usually the opening tag is almost same with the closing tag. The difference only is that the closing tag we have to include forward slash. So it will be recognized, that is the closing tag. Now it will be clear for the browser now that it will start applying underline starting from H until O. So when we view this one in the browser later, there will have no underline, because it's clear that we only put the closing tag after hello. But take note that not all tags have closing tags. So as you discover the rest of the tags, you will know what are those that do not require closing tags. Another important thing that you have to take note also is that HTML tags are not case sensitive. So it means that here, okay, I use small letter. So if I use capital letter or uppercase letter or lowercase or a combination of both, it doesn't matter. So it will still be having the same effect. It will not also create like an error. This opening tag and closing tag with the content inserted in between, technically we can call it as an HTML element. So HTML elements with no content, they are called empty elements. So it does not require an end tag or closing tag, okay, if it is an empty element like BR, for example. Next important thing to remember when working with tags is that most of the tags have attributes. Attributes offer options for the tags. Example, you want to apply color or size in your content and alignment. For example, you want to align it at the center or right. So this is now where we will apply attributes. But in case you don't want to specify or you have not specified any, then there is a default value for this when displayed in the browser. So how we will include attribute in our HTML element? Attributes are always specified in the start tag or in the opening tag. So once you put an attribute, you have to know the exact or the correct name to apply, so you could not decide by yourself. Okay, you have also to know what is that attribute for every tag. Then once you have put the attribute, you have to assign also a value. So just put in mind, if you put an attribute, you have to know the name and you have to include the value. The value will be put after equal sign and inside double quote. Okay, example, I want to put color in my content. So the tag for applying color is font. So I write font, the opening tag, okay, and then closing tag / font. So in between, I have to put the content. So for example, I will put here student. Okay, so I'll just have to put down. Okay, so I have now, okay, the opening tag, okay, the closing tag. But the thing here is that how will the browser know that you wanted color for this student? So we have to put the attribute. So the attribute has to be assigned always in the opening tag. Now when you write the attribute, okay, so you have to put one space from the main tag, okay, separate it to the space, and then you have to exactly know the name of that attribute. So the attribute name for color is color. Then assigning value, like if you want green, red, like that, always it has to have equal sign, and then it has to be inside, okay, double quote. So for example, I want color red. So here I will put red. So that is how we will put attribute. So even if you have added an attribute and value, the closing tag will not change. It will still be based on the opening tag. Okay, what if I wanted to add size? I want to apply size on my content. So I have to put the opening tag again before the content. So the tag for adding or applying size is still font. Okay, but it will differ now with of course, the attribute. So I put space and then I put size. Since we are talking about size, so it is expected that we have to put the value of number. For example, I put 4. Okay, so I have now the opening tag for putting size or applying size for my content, and then of course I have to also put its equivalent closing tag, okay, after the content. So put /font. You have applied two different tags, okay, for the same content, but notice that the two tags have the same main tags. In this case, we can combine these two tags into one, since these two are all implemented in the same content. So this is how we will do it. Okay, type, okay, font, so only one now, font, then the color equals red, then size equals, okay, 4. Then put student and then close /font. Now, since we have already combined the two into one tag, okay, so it will now be having only one closing tag. So how it is written here is having the same effect if you write it like here. Though this is acceptable, but we have to take note, the longer your tags in your editor, plus you will add more content, so it will become more messy. So we have to try as much as possible to implement everything in a more simplified way, so that it will be also faster for us later on if we need to locate something, or we need to change or edit some content of our web page. So it will not be that difficult to look for. That's all for now, and I hope you learned something in this part 2 video, considering that these are the basics and must always be applied every time you write or create an HTML document. In the next video, we will apply what we all learned here, and we will learn how to properly write HTML document by following its correct structure, because for now we just simply write, okay, in the editor, but actually we need to follow correct structure every time we write an HTML document. So we will also be seeing how to display our web page in the browser window, and we will explore more tags, okay, in our next video. So that's it. See you in our next video. Thank you.